this is just a powerful picture. If you turn to the 11th chapter of John, we're going to go to the 11th chapter of John for just a moment before we get back to 12. To the worshiper Mary. Before we get back to the worshiper Mary, take a look at the 11th chapter. And we won't go through we're going to summarize it, but you've heard this message so often. I know you've heard this chapter. And the chapter begins with the sickness of Lazarus, the beloved friend of Jesus. Jesus delays coming to heal him, and Lazarus dies. Jesus doesn't come to see Lazarus until he gets the word that he has died. But once he has heard, he said, now we must go. Gathers those disciples together. And goes to Bethany. Take a look at the 20th verse. The 20th verse of John chapter 11.
Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
All right, take him a quick. Watch that verse. You go hold that verse with me, verse 21.
But I know
go ahead, Gabby. You go ahead, 22. Yep.
that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee.
Yeah. See, I told you she's a believer. She's a believer now. She's a believer. What did Jesus say to her, Michelle?
Thy brother shall rise again. Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
And one more verse.
And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this?
All right. Martha makes a statement to Jesus, and it begins a conversation between the two. Jesus, the teacher, is going to start teaching her some things. Huh? Martha's an interesting character. She just intrigues me because she hears that Jesus is coming, and she goes to meet him before he gets even to the house. Right? He's right there, up to Jesus, and she says to him, and I think she means this in some deference. I don't think she's being accusatory. This is, I think, an expression of her confidence in him. Lord, if you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. And he takes that as an open door, an opening. Finally, we get it. I'm going to have a real in-depth teaching conversation with Martha. Let me explain to Martha who I am. Let me explain to Martha what I can do. You know, sometimes you got to take these folks who don't come out for teaching where you can get them. Sometimes you got to roll up on them and have a little lesson right there in the store, right there in the laundromat. No, folks make us preachers work hard. Got to invite you over to Denny's. Sit you down, have one-on-one. Because you don't come out to the teaching sessions. Jesus takes the occasion of the funeral. I got to explain to her who I am. She's got some of it, but she don't got it in perfection. All right. That's how he responds to Martha asking the question. Missionary, jump down. I love you for doing this, for helping me out here. Jump down with me to when they call Mary. Let's say the 32nd verse.
Then when Mary was come where Jesus was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
All right. Look at those verses now. I told you, point out the 21st verse and the 32nd verse. Don't they look like they said the same thing? The words may vary, they look in the same expression, the same thought.
Yes.
All right. Maybe we expect Jesus to go into a teaching mode again. Read what happened, missionary. 33rd verse.
When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled.
Oh my God! Different reaction to Martha versus Mary. Different response. Same basic statement by the two sisters. But one sister, when she says it, he says it's time to teach you something. The other sister, when she says it, he groans in his spirit. And her very words, the tears that she's crying while she says them, moves in his heart. Read that next verse, missionary.
When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled.
He was troubled.
Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see.
When Martha made her presentation to the Lord, he took some time. Well, Martha, let me tell you something. Do you know that I am the resurrection and the life? Do you really understand what I come to do? When Mary comes and expresses the same expression, he says, where have you laid him? I'm ready now to work.
Jesus.
Both wanted their brother raised. Why is one able to command his heart and the other not?
I see.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
You got to get close enough to God so that when you meet him, he'll hurry to respond. And he loves Martha. Don't get it messed up. Don't get it mixed up. She's not a sinner. He loves Martha. But Mary has an intimacy. And that intimacy makes a command on him. Moves his very spirit. And he says, where have you laid him? Let's get him up. He's ready to move. Now do you begin to see what the benefit was from Mary being under his feet? Those times when Martha was busy running around doing other stuff. What learning of him did, Mary and he begin to be tight, begin to be close. And when she has a request, she doesn't even articulate it. Really. Did she ask him to raise him? He knows what's in her heart. And he moved to action.